Listen to your body. I will not stress it enough. Yesterday, I was at home with family and friends, and I recently had a baby, and everyone was there. We were all having a good time watching a football game, and I've been monitoring my blood pressure for the last 2 weeks since I've had the baby, and I've noticed it go up. So last night it was pretty high, so I was like, I should go to the hospital. People were like, no, don't go to the hospital, you'll be fine, just relax, you're just stressed. And I thought about it, and I was like, I really don't want to go. But I came to the hospital. When I got here, my blood pressure was 168 over 90, and I was admitted to the hospital. The same thing happened after I had my first baby. This is my second baby. So I'm now in the hospital on magnesium. They're monitoring my blood pressure, and I feel just so much better. I listened to my body. My heart rate had gone super low into the 50s, the 40s. And when it went that low, since my body isn't used to my blood pressure being that low, it reacted, and I could feel my heart beating hard in my chest. And I was like, nah, this isn't quite right. This isn't right. This happened both times. The first time I took my blood pressure at home, it was high. I had high blood pressure for 8 weeks. This time I felt it. My blood pressure wasn't quite high yet. So I kept watching and eventually got there. And now I'm back. And I'll probably be on medication for a few weeks because I plan on getting off the medication by working out and eating right. Sometimes women do not get off the medication, but I plan on getting off it because I've never had high blood pressure. Essential high blood pressure where I have it every day. I've only had it postpartum. So again, I just want to stress, listen to your body when you feel changes. Don't listen to anyone else. Don't stay home if you're sick. Don't stay home if you feel something is wrong. Just go get help. Hi, so I wanted to talk about everything that's been happening. I think I mentioned before on one of my videos that I had preeclampsia or really high blood pressure with my last baby 3.5 years ago, and so I came to the hospital. I was admitted for 3 days, then I went home, then I came back that night because my blood pressure was high, and then I had to monitor my meds for 8 weeks, and then after the 8 weeks the blood pressure came down. Basically the same thing is happening after this baby. I've been taking my blood pressure since I've given birth. I've noticed that it's been steadily creeping up. Yesterday it just got to a point where it was like just too high. It was in the 150s over 90s. And since I never have high blood pressure without like being pregnant, I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. So I came to the hospital last night. The highest my blood pressure went was 168 over 78. So they admitted me. So I'm back in labor and delivery where I gave birth, which I love being here. The nurses are super nice, and everyone is just like so educated and so like caring. It's great. So now I'm on magnesium and fluids, lactated ringers for my blood pressure. They gave me a dose of hydralazine last night. It came down. It's still down. I'm on the magnesium for 24 hours. I'm kind of bedridden in a way. I have massagers on my legs to keep the blood flowing so I don't get blood clots. Yeah, I'm pumping in here for the baby. Everything's a lot better. I had super low heart rates last night, like in the 50s, 40s. Now it's up in the 80s, so that's a lot better. That's how I knew this time and the last time that I was having some issues with my blood pressure was my heart rate was really low. And I guess since it's not naturally that low, you know, my body kind of reacted, not reacted to it, but I could feel it. Like I could feel my heart beating super slow, which was hard. So anyway, I want to post this on YouTube for any other women that go through this. If you're older and you're a woman of color especially, make sure that you're taking your blood pressure after you give birth, or I mean during. I didn't have any high blood pressures during the pregnancy, thank goodness, but yeah, 2 weeks later, here I am. It can happen up to 6 months afterwards. So now I'll be discharged eventually on medication, and I will monitor it, and hopefully my blood pressure will go back down. I'll have to start working out just to make sure that everything goes back to normal. But for now, this is basically day 1. I came to the hospital maybe 11 p.m. last night. They started everything about midnight. Yeah. So if you have any questions, send me a message. I also wanted to know when it comes to my anxiety, because after the pregnancy, I did have some anxiety, but mostly because I kept thinking about what was going to happen with my blood pressure. I was monitoring it, and I didn't know if it was going to get to this point. So I felt a little bit anxious about that nightly, especially as I started to feel my heart rate go down. But yeah, now I'm here. Everything's good. What else? I'm tired. It's really hard to be in the hospital right now when I want to be home. It's so frustrating to just want your body to do one thing, but it does something totally different. Like, it's just so frustrating. I have been diligently checking my blood pressure, hoping that this was not going to happen, and it did, and there was nothing I could do about it. Because I'm over 40 and I'm Black, and yeah, this is what it is, and this is the reality for so many of us. And I'm trying not to be sad about it, or frustrated, or anxious. I don't feel anxious, however, though. I'm very accepting this time. Last time I was super scared, super anxious. I didn't know what was gonna happen. This time, I've been here before, so I'm just like, man, why can't I have prevented this? How could I have prevented this? But the fact that it's not even known why it happens, the high blood pressure that is after pregnancy, it's just, what can you do? It just is what it is. But it's so frustrating. But no matter what, I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for the care that I've had. I'm thankful for the support that I have. I'm thankful that the girls are with people who love them. I'm thankful that everything is working. I am happy. I mean, I'd rather be at home, but I'm happy that I will be going home soon. So this is the morning after my second night in the hospital. I was on the magnesium for 24 hours. Now I'm off, and my blood pressure so far is holding. Hopefully it will continue to hold. That would be awesome. But last time it didn't. Today is my second morning in the hospital. Breakfast just came. Thank goodness they have pretty good food here because I need to eat because I'm breastfeeding and it makes me super hungry. So I was on magnesium for 24 hours, magnesium sulfate, just to make sure I don't have a seizure and help my blood pressure go down, to make my blood pressure go down. So I'm breastfeeding and I'm pumping, and then the nurse comes in and she's like, yeah, where did they store your milk? And I was like, well, they said they were storing it downstairs in mother and baby. And she's like, oh, it's not there. I can't find it. So now they're searching for my milk. I don't know where it is. But all I know is breastfeeding is pumping, and breastfeeding is difficult as it is. I'm like, please, you guys can't lose my milk. But I'm hoping that it was just behind a jar or something, or that they find it. Because yeah, babies need milk. My parents are gonna actually bring the baby here to the hospital so I can breastfeed her. I don't know if I'm going home today. I'm waiting for the doctor to round and come and let me know something. As of right now, my blood pressure is still holding, which is great. I hope it keeps going. I'm gonna be positive. Last time this happened, I was super nervous and scared, super anxious. Oh my God, that was when I decided I'm not going to be anxious anymore because it was too much. It took over my life in the most negative way for 2 months. So this time, I'm just going to be positive about the whole situation. I know that I'm okay, and I'll get through it, and everything will be good. I look forward to seeing this baby, however. And of course, Ocean's dad is like, oh, she's coughing, she's sneezing, I think she's sick. And I'm just like, it's not one thing, it's another. But I'm like, take her to school. No. I think she's okay. She doesn't have a fever or anything, so we'll see. I will continue this in a little bit.